24th. So since that is 24, I'm wait, please wait. Okay. So the class gonna be that the target is that it's gonna be this like kind of like 7 to 9 years old, and then it's gonna be kind of like primary, and then like the thing is that here it's gonna be the class duration is I'm thinking about the 3 months, and also it's gonna be take 24 hours, and then so 8 hours per month is gonna be like that. So since but I'm gonna focus on teaching grammar. That's why in here is that you can see all the grammars that I'm gonna teach in like day by day. So present simple, present continuous, present perfect, those things. So in here is my lesson plan. So here I'm gonna, for this one is the frequency, adverbs of frequency day. So for the assumption is that students have already know adverbs and the simple sentence structures. So I have already anticipated problem that's gonna be like they may not participate. So I'm gonna start talking to the student like and then also give the easy question. That way we can boost their confidence. That is how I think about the anticipated problem and solution. So for the material that I'm just gonna need only the whiteboard of the Zoom. So the main thing is gonna be only Zoom. So here's are the target language. So in here, so I'm gonna start by warming up. Most of my class, my thing is gonna be my analysis gonna be just only focus on the student. That's why I won't need that much sheet, that much visuals. So the thing is that for the even for the playing games is that I choose the odd one out. That's why like for example apple, banana, mango, the banana is gonna be there, odd one. So kind of like that. So of course they also need to give their opinions. After that, I'm gonna start the lead-in. For the lead-in is also I'm just gonna ask because I want since my target students are kind of like primary level, I want them to participate focusedly with kind of like a bubbly physically. That's why I'm just gonna ask the question to them directly. How often do you do the visual variety of activity? Then at the time they will start talking about their daily activity. And then after that, I'm gonna start going into the presentation about the advert of frequency. So I'm gonna share this one. So in that way, they can just know it. So for this one is that might be, I might give it to them as a worksheet or I might only share it on the whiteboard. So I'm still thinking about it. So like sharing the work, giving the worksheet directly is better or like doing together on the screen by using the whiteboard is better. I'm still confusing about this part. And then I'm gonna explains the teacher will have explained the usage of adverb of frequency, and then after that I will ask students to make the one sentence by using any of them since I have already delivered the 9, and then I'm gonna ask them randomly. So can you read out my sentence? Can you read out the sentence that you made, kind of like that? After that, I'm gonna show like is that the correct what is the correct order. I'm gonna present it first because like I want to produce them first. So my pattern is more look like PPP. I present first and then they need to practice back again. And then I present them the correct things at the back one. So mine is like PPP. And then after that, the control practice will come. For the control practice is that I'm gonna give the worksheet directly and then instruct the student to answer them. So for this one is that totally control, they need to give the exact answer. So, and then for the last one is we're gonna have a climb a ladder. So by using the whiteboard and then draw the ladder, I'm gonna play the game to check is that like do they need to, can they use the sentences well or not? So I'm gonna play the game. So after the game is that, I'm just gonna let them talk each other for a while, and then last one's gonna be the free practice. So students will be that they will talk to classmate by what they do this week by using the adversarial frequency. That's gonna be mine. But so for this one is that what I'm confusing is like, shall I use more visual or not? Since that is grammar, I'm focusing more on like how they produce. So that's why I asked them to write the sentence, and then later I asked them to tell the sentence, I ask them to make the sentence, I ask them to talk to each other. So like what is like is like I think I might only give one or two visual sheet, maybe the PowerPoint, only one or two slides. So I'm confusing that. Shall I make more visual or not? How do you think about it, sir? Shall I make more
Um,
visual?
you may have some more examples of how
Yes.
this the structure,
Yes.
the structure with more maybe instead of productive, but also what we call as
So
what is
give
it?
an example
Recall,
sentence.
recall,
Yes.
recall. I mean that you give them passage
Yes.
and then try them to analyze.
Yes.
The passage is about anything, yeah, either about the culture or whatever. But make sure
Yes.
that is an example or some example how
Yes.
uh, you focus in on an adjective, right?
Yes, adverb frequency. Yes. Frequent. Yeah,
Adverb, okay,
activity.
adverb. So
Yes, for the
you
activity.
may give some more. I think it's better in a story,
Yes. Give
in
a
the form
story.
of story, and then in the story that is sentences with those
Uh,
adverbs.
yes, yes, sir.
Uh,
Got
uh,
it. Yeah, I got your point.
Especially so they may enjoy the story,
Yes.
not only the structure, but also they enjoy the story as well. So
Yes, sir.
it's easier to remember when they read a story instead of uh, one sentence by one sentence.
Yes.
Yeah, so there is what we call as structure in a discourse
Yes.
and a passage. Yeah, with inside the passage there are some how this adverb is used.
Yes. Okay. So I will
Yeah,
try to
so
put it
it's
between
better.
there then. I
So you
will
may give them
explain
some.
them first and then I will let them find. After that, I can explain about the usage.
Yeah, yeah, and you might also ask them to give some more example based on their own
Yes.
experience.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Thank you, sir. I will
So
try
it's
to find a good story about the like interesting story using the adverbs. I will try to focus on that, sir.
mm,
Thank you.
yeah.
And then is
So
there
I
any
think yeah,
yes?
by having what can good story, I mean the student may remember the story
Yes.
not only as a story. Actually, they learn the story, but also they learn the structure as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so it
Yes.
will easier to remember to recall
Yes.
later on.
Ah,
Uh,
yes.
I remember when I was in at school. Yeah,
Yes.
my at that time my teacher gave us um, related to one yeah, to
Ah,
dessert during the dry season. Let's say in some countries during the the summer or hot season. Let's say, and then what happens during that season? We try to relate the story with our own story,
mm,
and then then later on he gave us the story about how to live in a desert during the hot season during the uh yeah when there is and that in that place there is no tree at all, just like in um some other Arabic world. Yeah, so how can they survive during their dry season, during
ah,
the hot season? And then
I
we
see.
try to relate, yeah, to at least to compare what happens in our country in that country based on the story there, based on the passage.
I
And then
see, sir.
yeah,
Yes. Seems interesting. I was trying
because
an interesting one. Yes.
because when we teach grammar and only one what's that only one sentence by sentence, it's not really interesting. Yeah, but if it is in a dialogue, if it is in a passage, that would be more, I would say, more interesting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, I also think it's gonna be interesting. Yes.
yes.
Thank
So,
you. Okay, so then let me
yeah,
stop here. Thank you, sir. I
yeah,
will try
yeah.
to improve on that part. Thanks.
Uh, is there anyone again to show your lesson plan? Masih ada lagi? Otherwise, people who have not explained, have not shared with us, you are responsible for the next meetings. Yeah. So once again, thank you, Bu Misaki and Hazel, yeah, for sharing your lesson plan, at least based on your need analysis. And I think we need more, yeah, presenters, yeah. Who will be the presenters for the next meeting?
I think me, sir, because I haven't yet
Francisca
visited
and
my.
Ivonda. Yeah, at least two people, okay? Francisca and Ivonda, right? Ivonda, are you?
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just make sure that your lesson plan is good enough. So I think we may discuss this one in this class.
Okay, sir. Thank.
Um, you're
Yes.
welcome. Well, once again, thank you so much. I have to join the meeting as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Okay, may I
Thank
leave?
you, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Thank
Papa.
you.
We can.
Have a great
Okay.
day.
Thank you very
Once
much.
Please enjoy
again,
your.
you're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
sir.
See you.
Have a great day.
And you too, everyone.
Assalamualaikum.
And you. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. I'm leaving.
Bye.